Hi ladies and gentlemen, Marino Ravenberg here. I am going to cover in this video the Aztec pagan god Quetzalcoatl. I invoked him, I think roughly estimated a year ago, but I thought to myself, hey, let me just shoot a video on him real quick for people that aren't too big on reading the article. And I'm also going to keep this one really quick because there's not a lot to say. And I just feel like keeping it quick. As usual, you can find descriptions for everything. You can find everything that you want to know in terms of links in the description below. A link to the article and so on and so forth. Link to my web shops as usual. Like I said, Quetzalcoatl can be a tongue twister. Quetzalcoatl is the name of an Aztec pagan god, their main deity. The Aztecs were like the Mayans and so on. They were major civilizations back in the day. I don't know if it was BC exactly, I think so, but in any case, before modern times, and they were mainly prevalent in South America, in the Americas, South America, Middle America, and so on. And Quetzalcoatl was, his name means in an Aztec language, feathered serpent. That's also the way that he's depicted. Aside from that, he's also depicted as an Aztec shaman with a bunch of head, with an exotically looking like, with an exotic headdress on, okay, which barely makes him recognizable. Other things that I can tell you about him is that he is a solar god. Okay, when I invoked him before I did my research, I noticed that he's a solar god. He corresponds to the sun, specifically Leo, of course, since Leo is the only zodiac sign that the sun rules over, and 0 degrees in Leo, which stands for self-mastery. And he confirmed that too. He told me that he can he can help one attain self-mastery in the sense of balancing one's life out and achieving progress in all of those fields. Like I mentioned in previous videos, he's anything but the only one. There are more than enough spirits out there that are capable of helping you make great strides and progress in your life overall. But yeah, that's in any case the keyword that should be kept in mind, self-mastery with Quetzalcoatl. For the rest, he behaved like the stereotypical Aztec back then, okay, pronouncing his words clearly and excessively instead of just merging words together. So instead of would have, he would say would have, and instead of hasn't, he would say has not. And he speaks with an Aztec language. It reminds me of a movie that I used to watch as a kid. I forgot what it's called. Okay, about two Caucasian guys, two white guys, I think, that had to that want to find the lost city, and the word that they used is Xibalba. It just makes me laugh. Tu Xibalba. That's how he speaks, basically, in that tone of voice. And appearances also, as depicted in general, either a feathered snake or an exotically dressed shaman that's barely recognizable due to the fact that his headdress is so complex. And yeah, that's all one needs to keep in mind, or that's most of what one needs to keep in mind. Additionally, he also told me that he has a couple of followers globally, but that they offer him fish. I remember I offered him a home-cooked meal, which included chicken, and he was like, "Oh, chicken, that's a welcome change, okay? I usually, most of my followers offer me fish, so this is a welcome change." And he told me that he only seriously helps out people in the long term, so you'd have to work with him at least a year to notice noteworthy changes. He doesn't like to work with people in the short term or for short-term goals. Nah, with him it's either basically all the way or nothing at all. It's all or nothing. Let's see what else. I also remember back then, and yeah, Quetzalcoatl is also one of these guys, one of these pagan gods that does have real potential. So okay, it's not that he lacks power or anything like that. Nah, you're good with him in terms of strength and chances for success. Let's see. I still remember that invocation. I invoked him on a Sunday. It was quite a while ago too. I also remember that he basically lied. He lied to me. He's one of the very few spirits that has lied to me. Not in a deliberate or a harmful way, or in a way that brought me harm. He basically told me that he was going to leave, but instead of that, he didn't leave. He just kept lingering around, and I had to ask my patron to show him the door, which he did. And my patron did the same thing just now, because Quetzalcoatl just dropped by to thank me for this video, and that's all. and to just say hi again. But again, I'm not taking any chances, and neither is my patron. He already knows the deal. Let's see. One last thing that I can mention, something that was quite impressive, something that did impress me, even if it was only for a brief moment. I remember that after I invoked him, there was an incredible light force in my bedroom where I invoked him. It was like there was a tiny little sun in my house, okay? And I looked upwards and I was like, why is my room all of a sudden so immensely bright? Not just my room, my entire apartment. I was like, why is my entire apartment so bright all of a sudden? And this isn't artificial lighting, this is natural lighting. It's like all of a sudden my apartment has no roof and the sun is shining like no other inside. I mean, it was brighter inside than outside. This was undoubtedly due to Quetzalcoatl, and my patron hinted me at, hey, he's the one doing this. You know, he's the one that, he's basically showing you his power. And he's the one displaying, putting this on display. Okay, he basically shines his certain solar rays within the apartment, which sees to what is happening right now. And that did impress me. I was like, okay, this is nice, interesting. It was pleasant. Not that it wasn't unpleasant or anything negative, okay, like intimidating. No, none of that. It was a welcome surprise, and it was pleasant, okay. Those rays felt pleasant, okay. It felt like you were basically bathing in the sun, okay, trying to get tan. And a nice warm feeling that's comfortable and cozy. So yeah, that is basically it on Quetzalcoatl. Nothing else. If you want more information on him, just see the link that leads to the Wikipedia page in the article itself. Bye.